I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to another edition of Wolfkeen's Thoughts. Oh boy, do I have some news to tell you today, guys. Today on Wolfkeen's Thoughts, I just went on GameSpot and I was on Twitter, and I saw this post by Pat from Two Best Friends Play, or now known as Super Best Friends Play, and basically he posted this article about a serious fallout that happened between Kojima Productions and Konami. Like, I have the article right here, which you can go to the link down below in the description. Right here it says, Kojima expected to leave Konami after MGS5. Inside source confirms. And here's the thing. Key developers could leave before 2016, source claims. Senior staff made contractors, communications block in effect. So basically what that means is that many of the key staff, including Kojima, have pretty much lost their standing in Konami, in the company of Konami, and are basically no more than contractors, which I'm pretty sure you get the idea of a contractor. Basically, not really an employee, but just working for a specific project in particular. The article states, a fallout between Kojima Productions and its owning publisher Konami has led to senior staff at the studio being restricted access to corporate internet, emails, and phone, GameSpot understands. Along with the restricted communications, key developers at the studio, such as Hideo Kojima, will now have limited opportunities to lend their appearance to promotions of the studio's up-and-coming game, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So basically, because of this fallout, Kojima will have little to no input in the game. Like, he's probably going to be helping with the game and stuff like that, but when it comes to public stuff and other stuff and the like, gone. So much so that there's actually right here, look at this right here. Let me read this part. The extraordinary measures were revealed by a source within the studio, speaking to GameSpot on the condition of an anomaly. The person explained that once the Phantom Pain project is finished, in all likelihood, the management at the studio will disband. So basically, this is probably going to be Kojima's last game with Konami, and he even said himself that he wanted this to be the final Metal Gear Solid. Like, Kojima wanted Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain to be the final game, which I can understand, being that this will be, this will bring us round, full circle with the Metal Gear mythos, especially with Big Boss's story. And what also, I understand this, but now it just seems like, because of them becoming only contractors and this fallout, it's almost like a definite this is going to be their last game. Well, for them at least. Here it says right here, after we finish MGS5, Mr. Kojima and the upper management will leave Konami. They said their contract ends in December, the source claims. The person added, at a team meeting, Mr. Kojima explained that the team have to be one and make a good game for fans. See, I can give respect to Kojima here in many cases. He wants to make games for his fans. He wants to make good games for fans, and I'm glad for that. It almost seems like this is Konami, Konami being, the people that they are. And here's where it gets a little bit crazier. In other developments, Konami has begun removing the Kojima Productions logo from all official Metal Gear art, and it has removed Kojima from its executive team. Meanwhile, Kojima Productions branding has also been removed from Twitter, the official Metal Gear website, and even the LA office listing. So basically, Konami is completely removing all influence and, recognition of Kojima from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I wouldn't be surprised if they removed a lot of, Kojima's input in the game in the credits and stuff like that. I know that sounds a bit extremist, but think about it. Look at all the Metal Gear games that have so much influence from Kojima. You see his logo, you see his name in a lot of locations and stuff like that. And this fallout just kind of proves that they're probably going to remove nearly 70% of that to make it out that Kojima had little involvement in it, and this entire project was just Konami. I don't know what to make of this. I really don't know what to make of this at the moment. This kind of aggravates me in some areas, especially considering that Kojima was supposed to be, working on Silent Hills with Konami. Isn't Konami the owners of the Silent Hill license? And wasn't Kojima going to be working with Del Toro and stuff like that to make the new Silent Hills? If you played the PT demo, you would know that there's probably a lot of promise for Silent Hills. And I even played the PT demo. That was scary. That demo was scary. And honestly, PT got me hyped for the new Silent Hills. this makes me wonder what's going to happen with Silent Hills and what's also going to happen with Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Now that Kojima is basically no longer at the helm. I mean, he lost executive rights of the company. Like, he's no longer, a major member of the company anymore. He's now just a contractor. And it's even said that his contract ends in December, meaning that he's going to be leaving Konami. So it really makes me wonder what's going to happen with the yet-to-be-established Silent Hills. It also makes me wonder what's going to happen with the currently established Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. And it also makes me wonder other various things, like what's going to happen with Kojima's influence in the series in general. Like, is Konami going to completely remove, Kojima from anything Metal Gear related because of the fact that he's been, removed from the company, basically? That basically he's on his way out the door? I don't know, guys. It kind of makes me worried that Konami is heading down the wrong path, the same as Capcom. I mean, Capcom lost Irifune, and look what happened. Irifune moved on to make Mighty Number 9. He's still making it. I've seen gameplay for it. It's really good, I'll tell you that. I mean, we've seen Irifune leave companies. Now we're seeing Kojima being let go from a major company. It's like all these major companies are letting go of key assets and key people to their company, and basically these key people are basically moving on to doing their own thing. Like, look at Shinji Mikami. He went on to make Tango Gameworks, and he made The Evil Within. And whether you like or hate The Evil Within, you gotta give the guy respect for leaving Capcom, and basically, if he did leave Capcom, you gotta give him respect for making his own company and making his own horror game, not constrained by Capcom. Same thing with Irifune. But basically, him, he left Capcom and he made his own game. I wouldn't be surprised if Kojima, because I did read somewhere that Kojima wants to make new and exciting IPs. He's kind of done with Metal Gear at this point. He wants to move on, which is why he wants to make Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, the final Metal Gear game. So he wants to move on to new and exciting LPs. Not LPs, IPs, sorry. I'm very certain that when Kojima leaves Konami, he's probably going to start his own, well, he has his own company, Kojima Productions. I'm pretty sure they're going to be working on their own new IPs and other stuff alike to after they leave Konami. And you know what? I would be in for that. You know what? If and when Kojima leaves Konami, I'm going to support him because I love his product. I love the games that he made. I'm a massive fan of Metal Gear, and so is my friend White Noise 411. Honestly, Konami, you are losing out massively. Because here's the thing. Kojima wants Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain to be the final game. How do we know Konami wouldn't want to continue the series doing more spin-offs? Like, we do know there's going to be a sequel for Metal Gear Rising. We know there's going to be a second game. What's going to happen to that game now that Kojima's no longer at the helm? I mean, I'm pretty sure Konami could still get Platinum games, but without Kojima's direction, where's Metal Gear Rising Revenge? Where's the second Metal Gear Rising game going to go? And there's various other games that you really have to consider. It's like, are they really going to listen to Kojima's wishes and making Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain the final Metal Gear game? Or are they going to ignore him after he leaves and make more Metal Gear games just to please the fan base? I'm afraid for the former, because if they do continue making Metal Gear games, I feel like they're just going to cash cow it like the Resident Evil series, and it's just going to get progressively worse and worse and worse until it finally crashes and burns. And as for Silent Hills, I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, if Konami's going to continue the project, and with Kojima no longer at the helm, I really have a feeling that the original vision of Silent Hills is going to get skewered by the vision of Konami. So, if you ask my honest opinion, I think Kojima leaving Konami, Konami having Kojima leave, is the biggest, dumbest decision that Konami has ever made, and I'm very worried that they're going to be killing themselves by making this decision. But if Kojima, if Kojima leaves Konami, and if he does go on to make his own games with Kojima Productions, I'm 100% behind him, and I cannot wait to see what he releases. Go ahead and leave your comments down below with your thoughts on this subject, and the article will also be down below. So until next time, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care.